Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the THW NHL News and Rumors Rundown. My name is Jim Parsons. I am here with thehockeyraiders.com. We got a few news items that we want to cover for you this week. We're going to start with some signings, some rumored signings, potential on what's happening with the league heading into the training camp and the regular season. We'll get into all that right away here. Just a reminder, though, if you want to follow us, you can do so in a few ways. You can do it at Twitter, at The Hockey Raider. You can do so on Facebook.com/TheHockeyRaiders. Or you can go to thehockeyraiders.com to catch up on all your news and rumors, including everything that we're talking about in this video. All right, let's get on to the big story this week. Brady Tkachuk and the Ottawa Senators. There's some back and forth going on here. Not really clear exactly where they sit, but the latest comes from Matthew Tkachuk, his brother, who said during the 31 Thoughts podcast media tour that Brady and the Ottawa Senators are not close. In fact, the Tkachuks are all working together as a family unit. Keith, Matthew, Brady, all kind of trying to get Brady what he deserves in Ottawa, which he says they're not even close on. And in fact, it could take a while. So whatever stories you hear about Brady Tkachuk and the Ottawa Senators being close on a deal, apparently it's not true if you listen to Matthew Tkachuk. And they really are trying to hold Ottawa to this. So should be very interesting to see how long this takes if Brady gets a deal done. Because there have been reports that the Ottawa Senators have offered like 8 times 8, maybe even more, and that things are close. Gord Miller of TSN said things were close, but apparently Matthew Tkachuk says that's not true. So we'll see where Brady Tkachuk winds up with the Ottawa Senators. Kyler Yamamoto has signed with the Edmonton Oilers, a 1-year deal, $1.175 million. It's only a 1-year bridge, which would probably suggest that the Oilers and Yamamoto just decided, you know what, let's just look at this 1 year. We'll see how we do. He needs to rebound from a not necessarily productive 2020 campaign. He wants to improve his standing. He wants to have a little more leverage going into contract negotiations next year, while the Oilers are looking at a small cap hit for the year to see how competitive they'll be. It's a win-win for both sides, even though it's not as much money as Kyler Yamamoto probably would have wanted, but he had no leverage. He had no arb rights. He was an RFA. This is about the best he was probably going to do on a 1-year deal. So he signs with the Edmonton Oilers, and he'll be at camp and ready to go for the season. Zdeno Chara signs with the New York Islanders. He's going way back to where it all started. In fact, one of the reports from Daily Faceoff said that when Chara was last with the New York Islanders, there wasn't a single active NHL defenseman that had been in the league at that time. That tells you how long ago it was and how the game has changed so dramatically. But Chara's going to go to the Islanders, where he signs a 1-year deal. He's looking at competing maybe before he hangs it up, and the Islanders are a good place for him to do that. So Chara's going to be with the Islanders this season. Marc-Andre Fleury has hinted that he might retire after this year. He's got 1 more year left on his contract. He'll be with the Chicago Blackhawks after being traded from the Vegas Golden Knights to the Blackhawks. Took Marc-Andre Fleury a little while to decide if he wanted to report to Chicago. Now that he's done that, he's going to play out his final year of his contract, and he told the 31 Thoughts podcast folks that he might call it quits after this. Now he'll see how he feels. He wants to be productive. He wants to be useful and help the team. So maybe he'll sign again. We'll see what happens. And it might not be with Chicago if he signs again, but he is an unrestricted free agent at the end of the year. So he'll play out his contract with Chicago, and we'll see where it all goes. Finally, Evander Kane. The latest on this story is that he believes, he did an interview with ESPN's Linda Cohn, that he will be clearly freed of all the allegations against him, including gambling on his own games, throwing games, gambling on the NHL in general. The NHL has said that the investigation is ongoing, but most of the hard work, the legwork is done here, and there should be a report prior to training camp. So if there's anything going on here with Evander Kane, the San Jose Sharks, the NHL, and the rest of the players will know about it. So we'll see where all this goes. But Kane's comfortable. The NHL seems to be okay with what's going on here, but the report will be official here in the next few days, and we'll get an idea of what's going to happen with Evander Kane this season. All right, guys, we've got rookie camps going on for a lot of NHL teams. We've got training camp right around the corner. We'll keep you up to date on thehockeyraiders.com with all of that. If you want to check out thehockeyraiders.com and all the latest NHL news and rumors, you should do that. And we'll see you next week, and have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Thanks, guys.